Ken. I'm an environmental education coordinator with the Fulton County Department of Public Works. Today, we're going to be talking about pollinator life cycles. There are lots of things that you can do around your house to help out with pollinators. Putting plants with good nectar sources and pollen that's food for a lot of these pollinators is a really good way to help out. Now, pollinators are not just bees and butterflies. There are things like wasps and flies, some ants. There are even birds that are pollinators. And the reason that they are so important is that the fruits and the vegetables and even some grains that we eat would not be available to provide us with a nutritious diet without pollination. So today we're going to talk about the life cycle of a pollinator, and you're going to get to see some of the flowers and the pollinators that are hanging around in my garden. Let's go check them out. So let's start with what we know. Butterflies and bees are attracted to plants with beautiful flowers. These flowers provide them with a nectar, which is the sweet juice that's a food for them. It provides them lots of energy. And they also get pollen, which is a food source for bees. And then they carry that pollen and they take it over to the next flower, a neighboring flower, and the plant is pollinated. All of the insect pollinators go through some form of metamorphosis in their life cycle. The adults find a plant, that's the host plant, which we'll talk about more in a minute. They lay the eggs on the plant, and the caterpillars or the larvae hatch out of those eggs, and they feed on that plant as they're growing and getting ready to go into metamorphosis stage. Now, whenever they're ready to go into a chrysalis or a cocoon, depending on whether they're a butterfly or a wasp or bee, this is the stage that we call a pupa. So during this time, a big change is happening. That's that metamorphosis. They're going from the larva or the caterpillar, the young version of this insect, to the adult. And after a couple of weeks, the adults emerge from their pupa, and they have to find food and a mate to be ready to lay eggs again and complete the life cycle. Host plants are also very important to the life cycle of a pollinator. The adults will find and lay eggs only on one type of plant that they are familiar with and that they know their caterpillars can eat and will have good food. Without this host plant, they have nowhere to lay their eggs, and their life cycle can't be complete. So remember, pollinators come in all shapes and sizes, different colors, and in different types of animals. So as you think about how you can make your yard a little bit more pollinator friendly and to help out the insects that are hanging around and needing food, then keep in mind the different things that we've talked today, the different tips and tricks and different things that pollinators need to be able to survive. Because just like you and me, pollinators are living things too. They survive off of clean water, but they need food and shelter to survive as well. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.